We're all in the Weatherhead School of Management collectively doing our own individual disciplines and different faculties and students. So you never really get to spend enough quality time working with each other collectively so that you can have a shared vision. So I was so excited just to kind of get in the room with everybody, learn what it was that we could collectively grow and develop together to see the Weatherhead School of Management become the future vision of what we really want it to be.
To participate, and see what it's actually like outside of the lecture, outside of the classroom, outside of the definition in the book. And it really was a cool experience to get to be a part of.
It's exciting to be on campus and play a part in a summit that we learned about in school and I saw as a student, but being an active participant in an Appreciative Inquiry Summit, there's no comparison for in-person interaction with such a large group.
I think it was really exciting to get together physically as a community.
There's a strong confidence in the positive impact that we can have, the openness to change, that we can do something bold and aspirational.
Really exciting for me that the deans were behind this initiative and that they took the time out of everybody's schedule and encouraged us all to take part. So the fact that we are even doing this in the first place was very exciting for me.
What really surprised me was the surprise connections. So the fact that you got thrown together with people that you knew their names. I'm talking about my own colleagues even, so other professors in other departments, or maybe even in my own department, where just having that assigned table and like, okay, we have this thing to do together now. You learn so much more about them that you wouldn't have known otherwise. People were singing a couple of poems. I had no idea these people wrote poems, right? But things like that, but then in sort of even more intimate conversation.
What gives me hope about what this summit can do is again, bringing so many different voices together, voices that don't often get together, surprisingly, voices that should get together and address common issues and break down those barriers, those silos between us has just been inspirational for me.
You have all the stakeholders in the same place at the same time on equal footing. It promotes innovation and creativity in a way that we don't normally do in our regular day-to-day work life.
One of the themes that came out of the first day was talking about alumni connectedness and how do we foster lifelong relationships with the university and with alumni and with the students. And so that was one of the groups that, as an alumni, I gravitated to the opportunities to really build on and enhance those connections with alumni, with the school, with faculty, with students, and the staff.
We're including all the constituents, especially the alumni, many of whom were present at this event. I happened to be in a group with a student who had been in one of my classes 20 years ago, and so it was just terrific in that regard.
People love the idea of getting more companies and alumni involved so that we can support faculty and students to pursue their passions and dreams and curiosity, so that this place will be a magnet of people who have ideas and curiosity, creativity, so that this place will actually then produce transformative ideas that will change the world for good.
Business across the world has benefited because of concepts that originated here at Weatherhead.
I think the group that was focused on play, and I love the idea of having a space where it's very clear this is for us to come play. I think most, if not all of us, are here to support that research endeavor and also that educational endeavor that is tied together. So creating opportunities for us to playfully and with fun actually engage in that research and learn more about the ties across different research projects. People can feel relaxed, where we're all here together voluntarily to have fun and learn at the same time.
The play part, the playfulness, which should be involved both at the curriculum level as well as the staff level, the faculty level, which I see is a big change with Weatherhead can actually kind of imbibe to make this community more engaging and more involved.
The idea of not making the workplace stuffy, boring, and formulaic, but rather being your whole self and reimagining not just what we do, but how we do it. I love it.
Fun leads to creativity, and creativity leads to strengths and new ideas and bold ideas. You know, we're kind of afraid in our culture to be bold because we're never encouraged to do that. So I found this to be really inspiring and energizing.
Nothing works without the culture of trust, belonging, and support. The fact that people were open and vulnerable to share their ideas, to get up on that big stage and present to their entire community, including folks from the outside, their most sincere ideas. If we can get through that, we can have a much more vibrant enterprise where ideas are welcome. But beyond that, I got to see the full creativity of what our folks are capable of, and they got to see it themselves. So I think they'll be a lot more engaged, and we'll be able to see their roles in a whole new light, a broader light.
We are creating not only who Weatherhead is in a sentence or as a brand, as what people see us as, but who we really are at our core and how we're elevating that. And all of the ideas were really centered around not what's just doing best for the people whose feet are on the ground here, but for the Cleveland community and the nation, and everyone spoke in global terms. So if these ideas come to fruition, I mean, it will be an amazing showing of what Weatherhead's capable of.
Everybody belongs. Nobody felt excluded. We had all kinds of voices. There were staff, faculty, students, alumni. Everybody had something to contribute, and that was amazing to me. I feel like I belong, and I wasn't sure, but now I know I have a place there, and anybody joining us, you're welcome. We'd be happy to meet you. Happy to get to know you. Be vulnerable with us. Can't wait to see you.
The transformational things that we would like to accomplish are not top-down. They are collaborative and broader. And so we have to have everybody engaged in this and involved. We've got that. With 190 people that showed up and over half the faculty here for the whole time, we've got a pretty good sense of a collective vision that we can operate on. So I think we're going to have out of this the kind of thing we need to be able to make some important decisions and move us forward, not from the top down, not from the dean's office, but from the whole faculty and the whole staff, and now the alumni and the business community. So we've got some input that's really critical to move to the next stage.
The world's changing around us, and we have no choice in that. But what we do about that is a choice. Unlike many others, we are in position to command all of the assets that are going to be the difference between the haves and have-nots in the world to come. And as we do that, if we ask why not instead of why, if we prioritize function over form, and we hold ourselves to the highest standard, I am confident that we'll be in the winning circle of the future. And so, if there's one thing I want us to remember is that the Weatherhead's calling card is unpretentious excellence. And excellence is a choice. We can choose excellence because excellent research is what allows you to not have to choose between relevant and rigorous. Excellent teaching is what allows you to not have to choose between market connected and timeless. An excellent culture is what allows you to have that perpetual reservoir of belonging and trust, which then builds excellent outcomes. So if I have one ask of the community, it's to choose excellence.
At the end of 2.5 days, I would do it over again. It was that good of an event.
What could be better than spending 3 days with people you really care about, trying to accomplish something jointly? That's a great thing. It's a privilege. And so this is a privilege for us to be involved in something like this. And I think that comes across in many ways. The level of enthusiasm, the level of affection that people have for each other, the level of respect. And I think after we've finished with this, the level of purpose that we can have moving forward.
My sincere thank you and appreciation to all of Team Weatherhead for taking an incredible amount of time to be here, including our friends and alumni. I thought this would be an important piece of our return to our rightful place, and I'm now confident that it's a huge piece of it. And so, a big thanks.